Welcome back to another episode of Mitchell's Aircooled Garage. This is my 57 split window bus, and today I'm going to show you around it. So let's check it out. So yeah, like I said in the intro, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you around my 57 split bus. Like I said in the previous video, I bought it back in September, and the guy had it before me, 13 years, sat in the shed. He bought it for his sons to do it later on, but just never got round to it. And he wanted to do a salvage Porsche, so the split, it's time to go for him for the split. So yeah, I got my hands on it, actually put a deposit on it when I was on holiday, and there's a lot of scams going around, so I was quite nervous about if the bus was actually going to be there or not, but luckily it was a genuine seller. And yeah, so we went nearly 4 hours to go and pick it up, got there and just instantly fell in love with it. So yeah, we got it back, and then I thought, maybe we can keep the original running gear and keep that and try and use that. But as I looked through it more and I went to Type 2 Detective to get a health check, it just seemed like I was sort of doing half the job of what I wanted to do, because I wanted to lower it anyway in the future. So it was just silly to sort of spend so much money doing half the job and then have to do it again a few months down the line. So I thought, you know what, let's just go for it. So that's why it's had a straight axle conversion now, a narrow beam, Bilstein shocks, got everything's brand new on it, brakes all round. I've kept the drum brakes because I quite like the old school of that. Maybe disc later on in the future, but there's one job I need to do, is a steering box raise, because when we was in Belgium, before we got to Belgium, I went into France and drove into the services there, and ended up hitting the steering box quite hard, and then we hit it quite a lot as well. So I don't really want to be tearing that off, so that's a job to be done in the future. But I'm just going to enjoy the bus now. I've always wanted a split window bus, and to be dove blue is my favourite colour in a split window bus. So yeah, let's have a look around it. One thing I really love is this back end, just the old school look of it, with the larger rear door. That's why I like these early splits. Yeah, went for the patinaed UK badge. They're really great, these are. They're just magnetic, so they stick on. But yeah, this is I think this is a repo rear bumper, but the front is original, which is nice. I mean, this is metal. It's not. I know they do a fiberglass one, but that's a metal one. The way it's been patinaed, and you would never know. Well, you do now, because I've just told you, but you get the gist. So yeah, this is the back end of the bus. Pressed bumpers, which I absolutely love. A few people have said, "Oh, it's a number plate light bus," which I haven't heard of that before. But now I've sort of checked that out, I've seen a few more. Yeah, it's got the small rear lights, similar to what you see on a barn door, etc. I think these reflectors is because it's from Texas, and the same with the front. I think because it's got the bullet front indicators. I think that was a Texas, American thing. I might be wrong, but I'm sure that's what it was. Small window in the back. Yeah, I had to actually replace this. All the locks do work, which is nice, but this was the only one that was jamming, so I got a replacement and got that sorted out. Vintage speed exhaust on it. So as we come around the side, this is the side view of it. I want to get those doors a little bit adjusted, a bit better, but yeah, I managed to get these wheels, original paint Sprint Stars. I got them off of Neil, who had them for 30 years, and luckily he sold them to me. I've been looking for it a long time now, because when I had a 68 Westie, they're the wheels that I wanted back then as well, but I just struggled to find. I could find the 4.5s on the front, but could never find the 5.5s. I know I can get them banded, but yeah, so I got those on. I'm gonna leave them like that, I think. So I was quite fortunate. The owner had done all new seals across the doors, with rear pop outs, which have been nicely done. Also, it's It's got some gnarly looking glass in the front. You know, we've got cracks here, and I kind of like all that, especially the delamination. Yeah, so it just gives it that bit of character. End of the day, it's getting on now, and I think the original is the best way to go, to be honest. But you know, I have got some glass for that because that's a fresh crack which happened. I don't have to change it yet or not. I mean, it kind of goes with it. A few people have said just leave it, but I think I probably will just leave it. So this is the front of the bus. Just love that early look on the front, the press bumpers, bullet indicators. Again, I think what I said earlier in the video, I'm not sure. I think I've seen some early buses without those, but I see because it's got the locators in there. I think being a Texas again, maybe that's something they had to run. Or you know, I'll probably put in the comments. That'd be great because I'm still trying to learn the splits. But yeah, it's great. Still undecided about going a white badge, possibly. But and then when I see it in pictures, I do quite like the chrome. So one of the best features I think of a split is the side doors. I just think it's great that you can open them up. It just feels like you've got so much fresh air, and just you can just sit in there and just look out. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, this is the interior. I mean, I've still got to finish it, but I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Yeah, rock and roll bed. Luckily, we've got some cushions, which was already done, which was a massive time saver for us because, like I said, it was a big push to get to Belgium. Then me and my dad made a head banger just to put a bit of storage in, and I got these sweet panels from Mad Mats. I like the way they're so easy to fit, and I went for the grey as well to keep it all the same in here. The coffee beans, I don't mind them now, but I'm going to probably maybe dye them or something, or change them later on. But they're good enough for the time being. We've got some curtains which are like velvet. There's like old cushions, so made into curtains. Yeah, there's a lot of hard work's gone into here. Got the leisure battery that goes under there, and then this pulls off, and then the diesel heater's in there, which is good. Keeps us nice and warm. And you've got storage. You can put whatever you like in there. Storage in there. Bed lifts up. Yeah, that comes out of here. You can go. I run 2 leisure batteries because I don't really want to put split charge on it. It may be something later on that I do, but yeah. So this is the front of the bus. Dash is super nice, clean. Luckily, this bench seat was done. The guy done it just before I bought it. It's actually quite comfy, to be honest. The piping, I wish it was black, but maybe I had to get that redone later on. Yeah, original cab, like the cab floor mat. I don't have to. It's got loads of holes in it, but I mean, it's not a new bus, is it? Let's be honest. Got a little dash plaque there for attending a node, which is a pretty cool touch, I thought, from them. Yeah, I managed to pick this stereo up off eBay. It was like £20. It doesn't work, but it had a hole there, and I just wanted to make it look, just, you know, as you look in here, it just looks a lot nicer. I just take a portable speaker anyway. Can't really hear much in these old buses, as people know. Yeah, there's the sun visor. The top is very nice. Need to get a handle for here. Something I will do. One thing about the split is the driving position. You know, it's very similar to a forklift, I must admit. But look at that view. That's when you're driving out. Modern cars really don't have that. I just don't think you can beat that old style of any old Volkswagen. I mean, I've had a '75 Beetle, which you had the same feeling like you got in that instant smile. I had a 79 panel van, which I absolutely loved. We took that everywhere. And then we had the Westie, which we was quite unlucky with engine trouble, etc. But yeah, now we got the Split. This one's going to be staying for a few years. This was my final goal to get a Split. So it's happened quite fast, to be honest. It's happened a lot faster. One thing which I do quite like with this bus is everything's a church key, which is quite cool. Well, unless you lose it, obviously you have to carry a screwdriver or something with you. But yeah, that would be like, so the fuel cap is all like church key, which is pretty sweet. So you have like a little tab, open up, the fuel cap in there. It's quite cool. And then my deck lid is also church key, which I always struggle to get in there. Like that. As you can see, I'm struggling now. Yeah, I'll show you the engine quickly. I need to get a new stay for the back. So this is the engine. Had the twin carbs fitted at Type 2. They did a lovely job. Pressure regulator up there. Standard fuel pump with the bell crank linkage. So this is actually a 1641. So when we bought the bus, we was unsure of what it was, what was history or anything. We didn't really have much on it, but it made it to Belgium, like I say. Not a single issue. So I think we just keep doing the oil changes and just look after it. And hopefully it sits out for a few years. Fingers crossed. So that's the stay I need to get sorted. The spring, the little tabs for the spring is snapped off. So that'd be something I will do later on. As you can see, they're quite small. A lot of people think they're a lot bigger. I've had a few people come and say, "Oh, I thought they're bigger" when we've seen them on the TV and stuff. But I'm short, and yeah, they are quite a small bus, especially when you're trying to fit a family of 3 in it. So let's go for a drive. Show you how they drive. A lot of people said you're going to hate the Split. It's from going from a bay to a Split, it's quite a bit different. They're a lot smaller in the front. The driving position I feel is slightly different. Not a lot different, but slightly different. You're on the pedals. Like the pedals are right there. But I've got used to it now, and I just feel like it's just like any other bus I've drove, really. So yeah, let's start it up and let's go for a drive. Obviously, one thing, there's no power steering, so yeah, you soon feel like when you've drove it for quite a while that there is definitely no power steering. Just got to go steady up here because there's some speed humps. They're quite vicious, so take it to the side. We've got a couple more, yeah. But lovely day. I was a bit unsure what the weather was going to do today when I looked out this morning. Yeah, didn't look that great, but it seems all right now. Perfect weather for cruising in the Split anyway. So this is just local to me where I live. It's really nice down here. You can sort of just come down here, and it's like an industrial estate, but it's right on the docks. So I think they load scrap down there and etc. straight onto the boats. We would take the dog down there quite a bit, walk along the river bank down there. Yeah, so just heading into the village now. Hopefully you can hear me with these new mics. The last video obviously picked up a lot of wind noise and other noises. But like I say, I'm still learning. But yeah, they're not well, this is quite comfy, to be honest, but you feel every bump, let's put it that way. Most of the rattles you can hear is the glass in the frames. Yeah. But it's what it's all about. Comes natural with owning an old air-cooled Volkswagen, I think. hearing pops and bangs and clattering metal and stuff. Um, another great thing with the Volkswagens, like this morning I see a T4, put the hand up. It's just such a great community to be in, I think. Personally, I've been in quite a few car scenes, but yeah, the Volkswagen scene is number one for me. Everyone you meet, you know, are nice people, everyone's got time for you. If you need help, there's a lot of people that help you now. So, you know, for me, I feel right at home. Plus, it's great for the kids as well. The shows are brilliant. My daughter absolutely adores the Volkswagens already, so fingers crossed she will have one for herself at some point. So I personally quite enjoy the left-hand drive. A lot of people prefer right-hand drive, but every one of my air-cooled Volkswagens has been left-hand drive. My Beetle was, and both bays were, so I haven't actually drove one that is right-hand drive, to be honest. My friend's Westie's right-hand drive. Yeah, there's nothing like driving one of these really. Like the view, and you know, everyone's all waving at you, and it's more than just like driving a car. I think it's like an experience every time we go out with one. For me, I've always called them the smile makers, because if you're having a bad day, etc., just get out in your air-cooled Volkswagen and just go for a drive. Soon put a smile on your face. It does me anyway. We had an electrical issue a few weeks ago when my brake lights would work and then they wouldn't work, and it was the same with indicators. They would work and then they wouldn't work. But luckily, we just cleaned the fuse box, very similar to Mal's Bay. The fuses I just replaced them basically, just cleaned up the terminals, and it was all good. So the bus has had a full rewire, which is a massive headache saver, because for one, I don't do electrics. I'll do anything else, wood, metal, etc., but I don't touch electrics because, yeah, not for me. But I've got a few good friends that have helped me to do the electrics inside, which I really appreciate that. Because without them, obviously, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I do really appreciate what my friends and that have done for me. Yeah, just gonna have a little cruise around, I think, for today. Got to go out later, so I can see the bus. It doesn't wander whatsoever. The shock setup and the beam, just perfect. You can cruise happily 55 mile an hour, which is what I like to cruise at. Everyone calls me slow driver in our group, but yeah, they're not race cars, are they? I guess. But no, this drive's absolutely perfect. Bilstein shocks from Type 2 are spot on as well. I thought it was going to be quite stiff, quite firm, but they're perfect. We've had quite a bit of weight in it as well when we was going to Belgium. Handled it absolutely spot on. So just coming into my local village now. So I believe next Thursday, there's West Norfolk Clubs, I think it is. They're hosting a weekly club meet, which I actually went to last month, but I got the wrong day. Yeah, so I drove all the way there. I thought, that's funny, there's no Volkswagens in here. And yeah, there wasn't. I got the wrong week. So I'm going to go next week, I think. They get probably 10 plus Volkswagens on a weekly night, which is cool. Have a coffee, have a meet up, have a chat. So I'm going to probably do some filming there. Yeah, a bit of content. Go and see Gareth and that. So he's massively passionate in the air course as well. So that'd be quite a good little video of him as well. Hopefully you can hear me. First time trying these mics. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mitchell's Aircooled Garage. I hope you enjoyed the video on the 57. We've got a few other content coming up. Mal's got a new toy, so possibly seeing Mal back in the videos again, and it's quite a patinaed wagon, so I think the viewers will enjoy that. Yeah, so if you subscribe, hit the like button, turn on notifications, I'll be very grateful. Like I said, this is vlog number 2, so bear with me. I'm still learning. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I quite enjoy doing it. Like I say, I've struggled with confidence for quite a while, so to do this is quite an achievement for me. So I hope you really do enjoy it. And sun's out, I'm gonna go for the drive now. So yeah, thanks again.